Hello students, good morning. Today we are going to study about a cell. So we are going to start with very fundamental unit of the life, that is cell. Cell is a structural and functional unit of life. Many organisms, all organisms are made up of cells. Some are unicellular, some are multicellular. So today we are going to study about content of the cell, what cell is actually made up of, who discovered cell, and what is multicellular, what is unicellular, and then from cell we will go up to the DNA. So cell is called as structural and functional unit of life. So the one who is living is containing cells. So what about virus? So virus is a cellular entity. A cellular means it is not made up of cell. So whether virus is living or non-living, that is it is on threshold of the answer to this question is virus is on threshold of life. What is on threshold of life? On threshold of life means it is not living as well as it is living. Because when virus is outside the body of any organism, it is non-living, it is inert, because virus does not have its own cell. As it does not have its own cell, it does not have its own cellular machinery to synthesize its own proteins and its own enzymes. So virus needs cell to produce its own proteins and own enzymes. But virus has its own DNA or RNA. So if virus contains DNA, it is a DNA virus. If virus contains RNA, then it is a RNA virus. So virus enters in the body of host, injects its genetic material, and then it directs the cell according to its own wish, and it forces the host cell to synthesize its own proteins, its own enzymes, as it takes total control of the cellular machinery of the host. So after entering in the body of host, virus is a living entity, but outside the body of host it is non-living. So virus is said to be on the threshold of life. But if you say from bacteria to the higher organisms, from bacteria to elephant, suppose from bacteria to the dinosaurs, all organisms are made up of cells. So cell is called as structural and functional unit of life. So what cell is actually made up of? Now cellular pool is there. What is cellular pool? Like swimming pool is there. Swimming pool has a lot of water. So whatever is a reservoir, we call it as a pool. So cell is also having its own reservoir. So there are two types of cells, prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. On the basis of the prokaryotic cells, the organisms which have prokaryotic cells, we call them as prokaryotes. And the organisms which have eukaryotic cells, we call them as eukaryotes. So what is prokaryotes? Pro means primitive. Every word has its meaning. So pro means primitive. Karyon means nucleus. So the organisms which have primitive nucleus, they are called as prokaryotes, and the cell is said to be prokaryotic cell. Now what is actually prokaryotic cell? What is actually primitive nucleus? The nucleus which does not have its own nuclear organization. But for this you should understand what is a nuclear organization. Nuclear organization means a proper nucleus should be there. It should have a nuclear envelope. It should have nucleoplasm, and it should have nucleolus, chromatin material inside it. So if such a structure is present, then we call it as this is the true nucleus, or this is the true nuclear organization. So the organisms which does not have this particular organization, that organisms are called as prokaryotic organisms, and cells are called as prokaryotic cell, and organisms are called as prokaryotes. Exactly opposite now. What is U? U means true, karyon means nucleus. The organisms which have true nucleus or eukaryote, they are called as eukaryotes. What is true nucleus? True nucleus means they have well membrane bound nucleus. There is a nuclear membrane, there is a nucleoplasm, they have nuclear pores, nucleolus, chromatin material. So everything is well organized. They have well membrane bound cell organelles like mitochondria, chloroplast, then you can say ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and so many vacuoles, so many cellular organelles are there. So from this you can understand that lower organisms, most of the lower group of organisms, they have prokaryotic organization. So we call them as prokaryotes, like kingdom Monera is there. Is it? Then after that you can see plants and animals. Most of the higher plants and animals, they are eukaryotes. They have true nuclear organization. So that is all about what is prokaryote and what is eukaryote. So you should understand. Now we have to see actually cell. Cell is made of a covering around it that is called as cell wall. Now cell wall, in plant cell wall is absent. Do remember, in plants cell wall is present, okay, and in animal cell wall is absent. So this is the particular reason why animals have more mobility, or why animals can move. So plants have cell wall, so they have a restricted mobility or restricted movement. They don't show so much motion, is it? So animals, they are mobile, they can move from one place to another place because they don't have cell wall. So then what animals have? After cell wall, there is one more membrane. We call it as plasma membrane. It is also called as cell membrane. Now plasma membrane is the outermost covering in animal cell, while in plant cell it is the second covering which is present around the cell in plants. So in plants, the outermost covering is cell wall. After cell wall, there is a plasma membrane. After plasma membrane, actually you can see the cell, nucleus, then cellular organelles, then you can see the cytoplasm and nucleoplasm. Now what is protoplasm? That is again a question. So what we studied until, let's see, prokaryote and eukaryote. Plant cell has cell wall. After cell wall, there is a plasma membrane, and then actually we can see the cellular content along with the high command of the cell, that is the nucleus. What is in animal cell? In animal cell is made up of, the outer covering is plasma membrane. After plasma membrane, you can see the cellular content along with nucleus and all the cellular organization. So there is a matrix, or there is a semi-solid, semi-liquid fluid is present inside the cell. So that is called as living substance of the cell, and we call it as, in the language of biology, it is called as protoplasm, proto-primitive, you can see, or which is ground one. Plasma, it is in the state of plasma. You know, plasma means it is a liquid state. Two phases are there, liquid and some solid is inserted in it, or it is in two phases. Like our blood is in the state of plasma, is it? So in our blood, plasma is there, and in plasma you can see the blood corpuscles or blood cells, okay? So like that. So that is called as protoplasm. So what is protoplasm? It is the semi-liquid, jelly-like or semi-solid substance which is present inside the cell, in which all the cell organelles are present. And this cellular protoplasm is very important because it is a mean of communication. All the enzymes, proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, fats, cofactors, which are required for the biochemical reactions, for the physiological reactions, for all the physiological processes like photosynthesis, respiration, synthesis, anabolism, catabolism, whatever is required, different ions are required, they are present into this protoplasm. Okay. Now this protoplasm is divided into two parts. The part of protoplasm which is present inside the nucleus is called as nucleoplasm. Do remember, the part of protoplasm which is present inside the nucleus is called as nucleoplasm. The part of protoplasm which is present outside the nucleus is called as cytoplasm. Cyto means cell. Okay, so cytoplasm plus nucleoplasm is equal to protoplasm. Protoplasm is called as ground substance. You know, ground means, you know, you may have seen this, you might have seen news channels that journalists are there. They say that yes, I am here to tell you the ground reality. Ground means wherever actual something happens, okay, that particular location. So why it is called as ground substance? Because all the requirements for the biochemical reactions are present in the protoplasm, and it is actually the place where this all biochemical reaction takes place. It is a ground substance. Okay, so you say ground substance is of different types. If you see in mitochondria, it is with some modification. In chloroplast, it is with some modifications. So that is all about the cell. Okay, so there are different. This is just a superficial information I have told you about the cell. What is cell? What are unicellular organisms? Those who have only one cell. What are multicellular organisms? Those who contain more than one cell. We call them as a multicellular organism. Then there is prokaryotes and eukaryotes. The difference we have studied. What is prokaryon? What is eukaryon? Then we have studied what are the envelopes of the cell, that is cell wall and protoplasma membrane. Then we have studied what is protoplasm, what is a ground substance, what is biochemical reactions. Okay, so after that, now after this we will study the actual content of the nucleus. What is a chromatin material, what is a DNA. Okay, so for today it is enough for today. Okay, thank you. Do study, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.